Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JacobViral. Got a big build update today, showing you guys a good build walk around with everything I've done to my system, as well as I'm going to be showing you the numbers I do on the meter, as well as what I'm clamping for those numbers, as well as showing you how to clamp with the equipment I use. Less than $70 worth of equipment just to clamp. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with, appreciate you guys always watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for plenty of build updates to come as well as I progress with this build. And let's get started. So if you haven't seen in my past videos, I'll be sure to put them in the video description for what I had prior to my changes. Go ahead and check those out as well. I have two alternators. I have a 350 JS alternator and a 390 CES alternator. No front battery. I'm running Limitless Lithium. It's windy out. Sorry if my mic is messing up at all. I took out my steering wheel. I was demoing, and I took out my steering wheel here. Bike's about to ride by. I took my steering wheel column thing out the center of it because the base was vibrating so bad it basically broke the brackets that were holding it on. Stay tuned for that as well. I'll be having some demo video footage for you guys as well. My door is the same. It's just double baffled with some birch. My whole floor is dynamited. So it's ugly in here, guys, but it's loud, and that's what matters. I'm not worried about pretty. I have a pole installed now. The reason for is so the glass doesn't flex as much. And if y'all want to know how I did the pole, it's literally I went to a local store and got 3/4 inch steel tube and to the size, and then thread rod with some flanges, and that's all I did. For that, I have 2 voltmeters and the 80 PRS Pioneer. I had to put this piece of wood here. It was helping a little bit with the flex. It's ugly, but hey, it works. Now for my box. This is my seat. I had a couple guys hate and say, hey guy, why do you have a boat seat, Jacob? You got to fix that. Hey, I made it work. If I had a seat like this one, passenger seat, I lose on the meter as well as it's blocking some of my air velocity, so I'd rather have something that has a little better clearance. And it does flex, but it isn't gonna break, and they're only like $9, so hey, I can replace it cheap. And here's my system with the 4.5 SP4 V215s, the Plus series, and a huge 4th order. So since last video to this video, it hasn't changed too much. I do have all the extra bracings like you see, just like I showed you up there with glass bracing. It's 1.75 per sub sealed, and the tuning is 42 to 43 hertz. Right now my port is tuned to 42 to 43 hertz, with around right at 600 square inches of port. That's where I'm at. And keep in mind, there's still some testing to do. I'm sure I could still get louder, but I'm happy with where I am. And I'm going to be showing you all the numbers soon, as well as what I'm clamping. And there is the box. 40 cubes ported, 7 cubes sealed, and then some cheap speakers here. So let's go ahead and go to the back. JacobViral. I'm going to show you all the amps. If y'all didn't see the last video, be sure to check it out for a full walk around, as well as more talk on the amp reveal. The 4 Crescendo 6Ks, they're at half ohm each. I have 2 strapped per 2 subs. I'd rather strap than run one per, because I feel it's a little more efficient. There's a lot of talk on that I'm not going to talk about, but I'm running 2 strapped per 2 subs, a half ohm, 1 ohm strap, half ohm per amp. And I'm going to show you guys how much I'm clamping as well as my rides in a minute. And then I have 170 amp hours of Limitless Lithium down here. And let me go ahead and get my devices out that I can show y'all. It's on the floor. This is what I'm going to be using for clamping. I'm going to have, this is literally like a $10 to $11 cheap voltmeter. Well, multimeter is what they call it. And then I have Klein tools. I got this at Home Depot about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. If y'all have seen any of my other cardio tool tips, go ahead and check those out on my playlist on YouTube as well. It doesn't have a peak hold, but the video is going to capture whatever I'm clamping. So that's all I need. This was around $60. This was $10. So $70 for both devices. versus $700-800 for a true meter that's going to give you clamp results on a computer. This is really all I need for what I'm doing. I don't compete really either, so it's more for fun. So I don't really need to know what I'm doing on that computer. This clamping results is gonna be about the same. Real world perspective, I'm gonna be clamping with a burp. That way y'all can see where I'm clamping versus what I'm metering. So what I meter versus what I clamp power-wise. And that's all it is for that. Those are the two devices I'm gonna be using. So let me go ahead and get this jumped in. Before I start, I wanna say I appreciate you guys always watching. Subscribe if you haven't. If y'all have any questions or anything I missed on here for the build, check out my other videos before you ask questions. And thanks everybody for watching. And the numbers that y'all guessed on the last video, this is what y'all are gonna find out what I'm doing number-wise on this video. And then see your results and what you commented versus the results that I'm showing you guys. So the results are gonna be appearing right on the screen so y'all can see what I'm metering. Basically, I have a metered score I got from my SSA meter for sealed on glass, kick score, and the window down score. Those are the numbers I care about. For the guys that don't know, kick is right here. Kick is anywhere in this opposite of the passenger side opposite of the driver. Kick is in this area. It's normally the loudest. Glass is anywhere up here. Glass is in this area region. Glass, passenger side is normally louder. And then glass again, so the sealed glass and then the window down glass. Window down is louder because you have the way the port reacts and the way the pressure reacts. You have a louder glass and kick score with the window down or door open depending on the person. I particularly meter with the door closed, window down, because I like to contain the pressure in the vehicle more, and with the door open, I don't contain as much pressure. My frequency peak goes way up, and I like to peak a little lower. My goal is to peak below 50 hertz, and you're about to find out, guys. The video where I just showed y'all saw what my peak was. So let's go ahead and go and find out the clamp numbers now. Any questions you guys have, just comment and ask. I'll be sure to answer anything Carter related, not just mine. But this particular video, I like to talk about what I'm doing on the meter as well as what I'm clamping and a quick build walk around. So let me go start the truck. And I'm gonna get her, my girlfriend Jessica, she helped me build this, by the way. She's gonna record me clamping and getting y'all some real world numbers. Let me go shut the door too. Alright, so with this, I need to make sure I have everything set the same as it was when I was metering. Window up, let me show you, window up, sealed, glasses up on the passenger side, windows up, and then driver's side, the door was shut but window was down. So I'm going to give y'all real results. And I was peaking at between 48 and 49 hertz for my high end. Another video for the low end, for what I meter low end, stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm just showing you my high peak frequency. Take this out, my seat cushion. Come in here real quick. So I have a bass knob. It's a cheap $7 LC1, but it works. I could obviously get custom ones, but as long as it works is all that matters. And let me see real quick. I do have my bass knobs in here just so I can see when I'm clipping. But they are, sorry that's loud, but these are always on full, max. So it's not gonna matter. I just like to know when I'm clipping because some songs are louder than others. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna make sure my bass knob is turned all the way up. That way I know I'm getting all the bass. Now, this is gonna control my volume, my iPod. And this is how I'm clamping. This is the best route, is that way. You don't have to do Bluetooth. I recommend Bluetooth because then you can be with your amps at the same time unless somebody else is operating it. I'm gonna turn my volume up to where I clip. All right. Good. Now I'm gonna see what the numbers are. All right, let's go hook this up. It's really windy, so I'm sorry if the quality is a little bad. As I discussed earlier, multimeter and clamp meter under $70. We're about to find out. Hopefully the battery ain't dead. So the numbers are gonna be ×2. So whatever it shows, you multiply it ×2. So whatever I'm clamping is gonna be between 2 amps. So I'm clamping 2 amps at the same time. Come over here. This is the way you clamp, guys. It's literally going to be, you're going to use the multimeter. You want it on your voltage, so you can basically find out how much voltage your stereo, your amps are putting out. And this is going to go into the positive and the negative of your speakers. So the positive end and the negative end of your speakers. Man, it's really windy out. So I have my positive speaker terminal with the positive end of the multimeter and the negative end with the negative end of the multimeter. This is really complicated to watch without doing it yourself, but at least I'll give you all the numbers. So it's going to vibrate a little bit, and the clamp meter might be dead. Of course, it's going to be dead on the, nope, it's on. Make sure. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in to get my test tones. And my test tone, let's make sure it's on, just a quick test. I'm going to do 49 hertz because I know that's where I peak at. It's a little laggy because of Bluetooth, but it works. All right, now the clamp meter. I have a loose battery connection, but you clamp your speaker wires. So your positive speaker wires is where you're clamping. So I'm going to clamp the positive speaker wires, okay? And you want them to be as close to the amp as possible. Can you hold this here while you hold that? Okay, so there's your numbers. So you have your clamp meter on your positives and your multimeter on your positive speaker wire and your negative speaker wire. So I'm strapped, so I'm using the top positive for my master amp and my slave. It's the same concept for 1 amp for each one you're clamping. So we're gonna find out the numbers real quick. So it's gonna get really loud. It might even fall out the first time. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna turn it up. All right, watch the numbers. You watch this, okay? And I'll watch that. Cop. Oh, cop, of course. The perfect time when I'm playing bass. Sorry about that. My batteries were dead on my clamp meter as well as the cop was riding by, so I'm here now. Here you go. You can hold it. So I'm going to do 49 hertz like I was just discussing. And we have our meters here for both. Bluetooth, so it's a little bit hard to catch. So let me do it real quick. All right, we're going to see the numbers. See both numbers? All right, what were the numbers? I'm going to do it again. I'll do it again. All right, so you can bring it up, angled better. That way they can see it. All right, we're going to do it again. 49 hertz. Here we go. And what was the top one? You didn't? It was 166. Anyway, y'all see the concept. So you can do small volume. So you can do low volume to see your rise as well. So see, I'll turn it up to 1/4. So it shows my rise is like, looks like 11 divided by 4. So that's like 2.5, almost 3x rise. So now I'll go ahead and make another video discussing these numbers. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my rise and that's my clamping power. That's how you do it. It's that simple. And that was at 49 hertz. And y'all saw the meter numbers. And also stay tuned till tomorrow for a video demo, tap out demos doing 160s. And it'll be a good video for you guys to watch. So until next time, my voltage is 14.4. All right. Just for the video ending, here, shut the door. I'm gonna do it for them. Real world perspective at idle. I'm gonna turn it up and y'all can see the voltage drop because everybody likes to know that. So that was a burp to full tilt. It went to 11.9 within 5 seconds, and that's what y'all were seeing back there was probably mid-12s, maybe high 11s, full tilt, and it's clamping a good bit of power. But yeah, that's my voltage when the clamping numbers was mid-12s, high 11s, which is actually not good, but I don't have enough alternator supply to keep it up. Plus, it's a lot of power I'm pulling, running them at half ohm. So stay tuned for the video tomorrow, demo video. with tap out demos. Hey guys, so I got the meter on the glass, and I'm gonna be doing a full tilt demo so y'all can see what I'm doing on demoing myself. And this is at idle, so keep in mind with it revved, it would be a little louder. My head unit pop. Keep going. My head unit pops. How loud was it?
62.
That's it? My head unit pops before it gets loud. Let me try one more time. What is it? 63? Oh crap. Anyway, it's pretty loud. It's popping if I don't hold it. That's just known for head units, guys. 63s, you said? What was it?
63.87.
Yeah, it's loud. Gonna have a little discussion on the numbers I'm doing. First, I'd like to do a daily shout out. Appreciate you guys all watching. Shout out goes to Juan Perez. He said, shout out from Texas. Love the videos. Everything from a single sub to the huge 6th order builds. Appreciate you watching, Juan. I do daily shout outs for all my subscribers, commenters that ask for them, as well as daily commentary. So this one is going to be about what I'm clamping and what I'm rising to, voltage drop, etc. So let's get started. I already wrote it all up. Sorry for my wrong, bad, horrible handwriting, but at least you can point out what I'm going to be talking about. So as y'all saw earlier with the voltage drop, 12.6 volts is what I'm just going to say. Is around where I was dropping to. It dropped to 11.9 to clipping, but that's after a few seconds of clipping. But anyway, I did 3 runs. The first 2 runs were running with, the first one's a little bit higher watts than the second because the fact that I have a little bit more charging on the battery reserve. Plus, the third run was on low volume, but if you notice, my rise is all around 1.3. So all you got to do is look at the math I'm doing here. Simple math. I use my amps and my volts from my meter and clamp, and I multiplied them for the clamping watts, and I divided them for the rise. So when I divided, I got 2.62 ohm, but I'm at half ohm, so I have to multiply it by half ohm to divide that in half, because my rise is actually half of that, so it's actually 1.3. If I was running at 1 ohm, then I was rising to 2.6, but running at half ohm, I have to account for half ohm. So that's what I'm rising to, guys, 1.3, which, to be honest, I'm a little happy with it. I'm glad I'm not clamping under 1 ohm rise, because then that means my amps would get hotter faster. And obviously I'm not clamping full power to the amps. I'm running 4 Crescendo 6Ks. That would be, I think they're rated at 12.6 or even a 14.4, but it depends. There's so many factors. But this is at 49 hertz, dropping to 12.6 volts. Total of 21,500 watts. And this was to a burp to clipping, so burst power. On music, it's probably a couple thousand watts less. But in general, that's what I've got for numbers, guys. First run, second run. There's my ohm rise, 1.3. And there's my rise at low frequency, or low volume. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. This should be enough common sense for mathematicians and just in general to see how to do calculations for rise and your wattage you're clamping through the discussion I showed earlier. So until next time, JacobViral out. Appreciate you guys all watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for a demo video with tap outs. See ya.